Okay, the takedown is 1 point. The takedown must be direct. Okay, I don't care how the takedown is. Throw, big throw, double leg, okay, single leg, whatever. The action must start from the feet and go directly to the ground. Okay, what is not a point, okay, is shoots in. They're like this, they scramble, right? Then go to your back. This is not a point. Okay? Same with show the overhook position. On the knees.
The knees over.
Like as if you tried an Ichimata and then got stopped on the ground and then you ran overhook and then one guy bails to his back. Yes. Okay, so he goes for the throw. They fall, you jump in front to your knees. Boom! No. That's a point.
I don't know what you're asking me.
Jump in front and go to your knees.
Oh, okay.
Okay, boom, they scramble, and then he falls to his back. This is not a point. Okay, the action, good guys. The action must go from feet directly to the ground. Okay, if there is any obstruction or scramble, you will not get a takedown. Okay. The other way to score 1 point, okay, is Fila has now used a term that should be noted by everybody. We understand that the term sweep is common in jiu-jitsu and Brazilian jiu-jitsu, okay, but some of the other sports it's named something else. Okay, so for our situation, we are going to call it a reversal. Okay, the term for the reversal, what counts is 1 point. Okay, if we are in guard position. Okay, so he is the top person. Regardless of how the position starts, if the bottom guy reverses and ends up on top, okay, and holds for 3 seconds, they will score 1 point. And the same concept is in the takedown. It must be direct, from here to here. It can't be from here, scramble, and then to here. That is not a reversal. Okay? In dominant position, everybody remembers dominant position, side control, mount, or back mount. Okay, the top grappler has scored this position. If the bottom grappler reverses and comes up on top, okay, so just do it. Okay, they will score the 1 point for the reversal, and then depending on how they land, so in this scenario, he's now in mount, he will score 1 point plus the 3 points. Okay? If he just reverses the position and ends up in guard, he will just get 1 point for the reversal. Okay? The terms that we use in grappling for neutral position, okay? Neutral is standing, or the guard position. We are calling the guard position neutral. Okay? So the term re-establish neutral, okay, or escape, we will give a point for. How do you get this? You must be in a disadvantaged position. Okay, so side control, mount, or back mount. Okay, and you must either re-establish full closed guard or get to your feet. Okay, this is how you score the re-established neutral position, or escape as we call it. Okay, on the ground it is full closed guard. Not open guard, not butterfly guard, not half butterfly, not half guard. Okay, you will score with full closed guard. Okay, every situation of scoring is 3 seconds. You must hold position for 3 seconds regardless of the technique. Okay, so just make sure your grapplers know this so that they don't rush and maybe miss points. Okay. Okay, so we know the scoring: 2 points side control, 3 points mount, 4 points back mount. Okay, we know the starting positions: open guard restart, okay, side control restart, mount restart, and back mount restart. Okay, does anybody need me to go through those? Okay, good. Now, passivity and caution. This is very, very important for you to pay attention to this. Okay. We will start with the passivity situations. This is universal grappling, and pancreation is the same. Okay, it's universal, which means continuously you can't avoid one part of the sport to go to the other. What I mean, like in grappling, okay, you must fight on the feet just as much as you must fight on the ground. Okay, so in this situation, we have the pulling guard, the jumping guard, the sitting guard, whatever term you use. Okay, this is how we will be calling it from now on. Okay, I spent 4 hours yesterday making this clear. Okay. If the grapplers are not in contact, okay, and one grappler sits on the ground, the referee will stop the match. Caution, 1 point, stand up. No warning, you do not sit guard, never, okay? If they are in contact, now if he sits or jumps guard without attacking, just pulls him down like this. Okay? It will not be caution. It will be 1 point for him. You cannot just pull guard without attacking. Okay? Back up. The other scenario, contact. He jumps guard and tries to attack. With submission or sweep, they go to the ground. He lets go, no points. Okay, he tried to score or he tried to submit his opponent. We do not penalize him for this. Okay, those are the 3 scenarios. So explain that very clearly to your grapplers. Okay, if they are not in contact, it's caution right away. No warning. Okay, if they're in contact but he just pulls guard to fight on the ground, then the other grappler will score a point. If he pulls guard and tries to submit or clearly tries to take the grappler down, you know, reverse him or flip him over, whatever, okay, then we will, and fails, we will not score a point. The other guy will not score a point. Now remember, if he does that and he, you know, reverses and ends up on top, he will score for a takedown, okay? Just so everybody's clear, if you do that type of attack and you end up on top, you will score. Okay, everybody clear on that? Okay, good. So just be aware of that. We're using this sitting guard with no contact is just as bad as doing an illegal technique. Okay, there is no warning. It's just caution right away. Okay. Passivity. Now, the other parts of passivity on the feet, both grapplers must engage. Same with pancreation, both pancreates must engage, okay? They can't stall and back away and push away. They must fight in the middle, okay? If one is backing away, pushing away, stepping off the mat, okay? The referees will warn you. If it keeps happening, then you will get cautioned and a point will go to the other grappler or other fighter, okay? On the ground, it's a little bit different, okay? Show stalling from half guard. Okay, so top grappler, or even in pancreation, is in this position, and the top guy is just holding, right? He's pinned down, but he's not moving, and the bottom guy, he's trying to, you know, he's trying to reestablish guard, or he's trying to do something, okay? And the top guy is not moving. The referee will warn him. Okay, and then if he doesn't progress, then we will caution him. We will not stop the fight. The fight will keep going, but we will caution him for stalling. Okay? So in grappling and in pancreation, the goal is continuous action. Okay, you must either work to score, in grappling you must work to score points with maneuvers. In pancration you must work to strike or to submission. And then obviously in grappling the goal is to try to submit your opponent to. Okay, so we will not allow stalling at all. Okay, it's a 5-minute match. So we want to see action, action, action. Okay, a lot of people that I've crossed paths with in the last couple of years with the sports like our sport because of the fact that it's fast-paced and there's lots of action. So we don't want to see any of this stalling stuff, especially with the amount of people that will be watching tomorrow. Okay. Also, what else is passive? If just take a single leg. On your feet.
You're taking my single.
Okay, so just relax. He's got a single leg or whatever attack, it doesn't matter, but we'll show this one. Single leg, and they're in the zone. Okay, so they're in the zone, and this guy decides to jump out, pull out. Okay, stop. All right, this is fleeing the mat or fleeing the hold. Okay, this will be a caution in 1 point. You can't flee the mat to get out to stop from getting scored on. Okay. Also, if you're in the zone and you're in a submission, okay, so triangle, armbar, ankle lock, whatever. Okay, if the referee sees you trying to pull out of bounds to not get submitted, this will be disqualification. Okay, we'll call catch right away. You cannot flee the mat in a submission, okay, at all, ever. All right. We know that in grappling and in pancration with the ankle lock, sometimes there's nowhere but to roll one direction to get out. The referees know this. You're not going to get disqualified if that's the only way you can go. But any situation where you're in triangle and there's there and you start pulling out, okay, you're going to lose the fight. Okay. With saying that, you cannot do an illegal technique to evade submission. Okay, so you can't like poke them in the eyes. Okay, do anything illegal to get out of submission. Okay, in the case of the slam, okay, so if I'm in a submission in triangle, okay, and I pick him up, I'm allowed to pick him up, okay, but I cannot bring him down hard. Okay, if I go back down, I must control and go down. You have one option. If you go down hard, it's over. You're done. You're disqualified. But you can try to get out of it up here. It's okay, regardless. But if you go down hard, then you're disqualified. If you're up here, okay, you've lifted, whatever, and the grappler or fighter has the triangle, decides to let go on his own and falls, that's his problem, not my problem. Okay? Same with the flying technique. I try to jump, do flying triangle, flying arm bar, and I miss and I fall down hard. That's not my fault. That's their fault. The referee will not disqualify anybody for that situation. Okay? The only time is if you're in the submission, you lift up high, and you suddenly decide to slam them, then we will call catch right away and the match will be over. Okay? No spikes, okay, you can't throw them on their head. So like no pile driving action, but what you can do, do armbar and just lift them up a little bit, kind of shake bounce them. Yeah. Guard.
What?
Okay, so here, okay, this guy, if he picks up, he's allowed to do this, shaking, that's okay, but he can't pick him up over his head and then throw, okay? But he's allowed to sit there and shake, that's fine, okay, no problems. Thanks. Okay, all the illegal techniques haven't changed since Poland. Okay, so just to remind you, you are allowed to do the 2-on-1 wrist lock. Okay, which before was not allowed. Okay, and toe holds are fine as long as you have the whole foot. Okay, no inside outside heel hooks, no neck cranks. Okay, we all know these rules, these haven't changed at all. Okay, so just make sure that your athletes fight fair. The referees will be very, very strict with illegal techniques. Okay, tomorrow there's lots of media. As you guys have seen, the combat games are on all the time. Okay, so we don't need any dirty fighting. If we see it, there'll be no warning. You'll just be disqualified. Okay, so just be aware of that. I expect everybody to fight fair, and we'll have a great event. But just so you guys know, that's the way the referees are instructed to work tomorrow. Okay. With the rules and with any clarification, okay, if you have an issue, okay, during the match or after the match, okay, that you want something clarified, you will come to me. Okay, don't go to the other referees. You come to me and you ask me, and I will give you the clarification. Okay, but don't come to me and complain for 2 hours because you think that something was called wrong. Okay, if during the match, either pancration or grappling, if during the match you feel that there's an error, okay, you will have the white paddle. Okay, you will have the option to challenge the white paddle, right? And then obviously myself and 2 of the referees from the match will review. Okay, and if your challenge is correct, okay, then we will give you the correct score, give you your paddle back, and we will resume the fight. If your challenge is incorrect, you will lose the paddle, and the other grappler will gain 5 points. Okay, so the challenge, you better make sure that you're sure on the challenge. Okay. With saying this challenge process, okay, I've instructed the referees that if a coach challenges, the referee will quickly instruct the athlete, and the athlete can either say yes or no, because the athlete has the last say to either challenge or not. Okay, does everybody understand that?
Is that only for...
It's for both. Okay, so and if the athlete doesn't respond right away, then we will take the challenge because the coach threw in the paddle. Okay. Sorry? Yeah. Well, yeah, the toe hold, okay, toe hold is allowed, inside toe hold, okay, so not against the joint like a heel hook, okay, because of the damage of the knee, but a full-on toe hold going towards the inside is fine. Yes. Oh yes, okay. So this is very important because it happens all the time. Okay, I have a term that FIA has now adopted. It's called the playing advantage. Okay, playing advantage. The reason why we use this term is if an athlete attempts a submission, okay, we give that athlete the option or the time to submit the opponent. Okay, so in any scenario where an athlete puts on a submission, regardless of if the top grappler gets to the side or whatever, okay, we will not score points until the submission is evaded. The defensive grappler has gotten out. Okay, so we'll show an example of side control and guillotine. Okay, so actually to do it from the beginning. So okay, so he goes to drop down for guillotine. Boom. Okay, top grappler passes. Okay, he's here, but he's still holding on to the neck. We realize as referees. Are you talking to me?
Actually, I'm whispering to my colleague.
Okay, perfect. It's a loud whisper. Okay, so in this situation, okay, we realize that chances are this technique maybe he might not get the submission anymore, but we will still play advantage because he may reestablish the guard position and be able to tap him out. If he doesn't, so he passes the guard, gets to the side, okay, they fight, and then he gets his head out, we will award the side control points. Okay?
He gets signed.
Sorry?
Do the one where Kevin is signed.
Yes.
He gets signed, but then I pull it back, then he goes to signed.
Oh, yes. Okay. So this is the one scenario. He gets his head out, and he's at the side position. We will give the side control points. Okay. The other scenario is start from the beginning again. Okay. He's in guillotine. He drops down. He passes. Right. He's here. They fight. He gets back to the guard. Then he gets his head out. There is no points. Okay. No takedown because it was started from this position. He started the action. He may have got to the side, but he didn't hold control because he was still being attacked at the neck. Okay? So this is the term we're calling play advantage. We give the opportunity for the attacking grappler to submit, and we hold off on scoring until the action is finished, because if it's a submission, then the fight is over. If it's not a submission, then we see what the outcome is, whether he evades in a dominant position or he evades in the guard. Okay? Overtime. Okay, overtime right now in a pancration is outlined in the rule book. Okay, according to the rule book, if the score is within 5 points, we will have a 3-point best 2 out of 3 strike in the overtime. So they would basically, what we do is they would be positioned by the central referee. We blow the whistle, action. Okay, once one direct strike is made by either one of the fighters, it will stop. He will get 1 point. Okay, we start again. If the other guy does it, hits the strike, boom, stop. He has 1, then obviously the next person that strikes wins. Or throw, or gets a takedown. Okay. I know that this one is been a problem, and I still have to confirm with Alexander that this is the way that it should be called. But right now in the rule book, this is the way it is. Okay. In grappling, the overtime hasn't changed from Poland. Okay. If it's 0-0, it's a flip of the coin. Okay. If it's 1-1, but one grappler has a caution. Okay. The grappler that has a caution automatically has to choose position and must score. Okay? If there's no cautions and the score is 1-1, then it's a flip. Okay? When we flip, whatever color comes up, that's the grappler that must choose, that's the grappler that must score. Okay? If the score is 3-3, we look at cautions. If there is no cautions, then the next criteria is highest point value. So if one grappler has a 3-point technique and one grappler has a 2 and a 1 or 3 1s, the one that has the lowest point value, the 1s or the 2 and 1, will have to choose and must score. If it's 3-3 and all the scoring is the same, 1-3 and 1-3, then we flip the coin again, and the color that comes up is the grappler that must choose and must score. Okay, choice positions are bottom, top, or standing. Okay, 1 minute, sudden death. So first point wins, but also you can get submission in overtime. What's up?
Phone betrayal.
Oh, yeah. Just put it right here. Thank you. Oh, yes. And with the overtime scenario, okay, the grappler that does not have to score cannot be passive and stall. Okay, so they can't like grab onto the leg and hold on for dear life so that they don't get scored on. Okay, or close guard and hold the waist and just bury their head and try to hold out for time. You will be instructed to progress and move. Okay, there's many things you can do. But if you just sit there and bury your head and stall, you could be cautioned and be disqualified in overtime. Okay? So make sure that you instruct your grapplers that even if they are not the one to score, they must still universally grapple. They must still be active, they must still fight the fight. Okay? What time? 5:30?
No,
Okay, good. So
5:40.
perfect timing. So we got a few minutes for questions. If not, then we want to get to the medicals. Okay, so just put your hand up and I'll ask. Okay, everybody must be quiet when asking questions.
Валер, на медицину сейчас все.
You said that sitting guard with the contact is caution.
Вниз.
And there is
Ну сейчас закончится.
Yes.
Now, if there is contact, I sit guard, it's still a caution, but does he have to go down or do we have to stand up again? From this position, I pull guard, I raise the point, does he have to continue on the ground or can he just go away? And
No, he must engage.
Okay, you don't stand me up.
No.
Okay. And the second question is, you said that sweep is only scored if there is no scrambling, so directly.
It must be direct top to bottom.
Okay, what if we are in, like he stands up, I go for the leg and take him down and reverse.
That's a takedown. Yep.
Is that a reversal?
Yes, it's a reversal. You will score because you end up on top. And that's one direct action. You went from here, took him down to the top. That's all.
And the third is if he is in control, like side control or whatever. I pull half guard, that's not.
No points.
No
Must be
points.
full close guard.
Okay, I recover full guard, that's 1 point. I sweep him, that's another point. Okay, then it's 2 points. And depending on what position I end up
Yes,
in.
you can get 2 points.
Okay, all right, that's okay.
Okay, next question. Yes. Okay, guys, if you're talking, I have a hard time hearing the questions, okay? And I kind of want everybody to hear, so.
I'm down in the overtime.
Yes.
He's, and I can't stand up.
You can stand up, but no point.
No point.
No point.
And during the match, not overtime.
No point.
No point.
No point. It's neutral to neutral. Okay?
No dominant.
No dominant position. If you do this from side control mount or back mount and you stand up,
If he has a point for takedown,
yes.
and after that he stand up, is there?
No.
No side or
No. Right. Okay, next question. Back at the back. If there's any athletes in here, you should really line up for the medical now, okay? Because they will start.
Валер, забирай на
now.
медицину.
The coaches though can stay here if you still have questions, but athletes really should get lined up so that we can be cycled through quick. Okay? Yes. 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 Straight punches. Yes. Well, it can't be like this. It's got to be bang.